in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl. We get underway in the NFL Pro Bowl. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And incomplete to open things up. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what?
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Aaron Donald with a sack. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to rip.
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. 23 yards for the touchdown. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield.
It's really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his 3rd Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Todd Gurley taking it in. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
The AFC offense making their way back out. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think? And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30, 20. A big play there for the AFC. 66 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now here's Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another try on 2nd down with Gurley. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Good coverage there by the AFC defense. It's 4th down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Breeze now. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown, NFC. Todd Gurley with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, oh, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. We give them big credit for that.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to, at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
He was trying to force it into his receiver, Landry, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. Watch the screen.
On 1st down, Breeze. And this is Ertz with it, right side. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's NFC football here to begin quarter number 2. But they've got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, it's Breeze. It's caught. Jones. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a 1st down. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play until he's 60.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. A 14-yard touchdown. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Patrick Mahomes and the AFC ready to go on offense. What a disastrous start for him so far. He's thrown the ball 2 times, both times intercepted.
The heck with his progressions. The heck with what he's seeing downfield. It's really simple, partner. See the color shirts your team's wearing?
And that's caught inside the 35. And touchdown! Tyreek Hill, 83 yards. And the AFC able to cut into the lead. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring it away right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks. And they...
Now Breeze wants the football.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Yeah. Under pressure, they got him again. Geno Atkins got home that time.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
On third and long, it's Breeze. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who we're going to look to on third and long, but field. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
They'll run on first down. It's Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On second down, here's Mahomes.
That nigga fire went smooth down.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. They got you the football. Gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in to get some points.
We out here lurking like that.
He's got his man. That's Landry. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the AFC able to draw a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle of the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Myers connects on the PAT. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. Second quarter here. He has only one catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Well, so far, just the single catch. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice game.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Breeze now to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner.
Where the hell you go?
You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Get that money.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right, and that game was played out in L.A., in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27, MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now.
And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And that's picked up by the AFC. But they will not be able to capitalize as time is run out here on the first half of play. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top.
The NFC looking to rewrite a little history as they lead this 2019 Pro Bowl at the break. Now remember, they've lost both of them.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The NFC offense heads out to begin this 3rd quarter. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Gurley again here on first down. Jalen Ramsey of the Jags up to make the tackle. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs. Offensive defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense. And Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
Brees going to try and throw on third down. Open man is stealing. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. Well, he was so good throwing the football on third down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during, as you said, during the regular season, someone is with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with. It's third down, he finds a way to convert. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of it.
To the ground, getting and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there. After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off, if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will start with Connor. Bobby Wagner of Seattle, he'll get credited for the tackle. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Spins past him. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On first down, Connor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year for the Rams, there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a third down.
I was running around with the Mac out there.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Luke Kuechly in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The AFC went for it, and it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Here's Breeze. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown. Julio Jones, 50 yards. And the NFC adds on to their lead. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game after a pretty easy...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the AFC takes advantage of the interception, and they turn it into 6. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it in the back with a touchdown at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. You see the AFC defense heading back out there. And the interception the last time, their 3rd takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. And not only are they doing that, they're making big-time plays and taking it away from them. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ballgame.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost as it goes back to the old, when they click off the frame at the end of a play, they want to see all 11 defensive guys in that picture.
Ready? You ready? Check.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. To throw is Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against the squad.
Oh, God!
Looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And it's second down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. He always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. He was taken down by the Texans' Jadeveon Clowney. The numbers for the NFC on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Breeze. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Breeze to Adam Thielen for an NFC first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Breeze to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
You got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mahomes to throw. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Kelsey, the intended receiver now. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe somebody tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. He was brought down by Xavier Howard of Miami. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The numbers for the NFC on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Breeze. And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. One final try for Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And all the way in for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 61 yards. And the AFC able to cut it to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way.
Yeah, you get a mile refresh. Oh, you got Rozo? Yeah, I'm gonna get
There's Will in the box. Somebody come back. Tag game 1-1.
Yeah, man. Excuse me, yeah, refresh that catch.
Aldrich Rosas of the Giants putting toe to leather, and we are underway in the 2019 Pro Bowl. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The AFC heading out on offense, and leading him is number 15 from the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, in his first ever Pro Bowl.
Get your tux, get your best suit. Let's head to the red carpet. NFL Honors is coming up, and he will be the heavy favorite to be the NFL MVP. And let's face it, we'll see him here at the Pro Bowl many times to come in future years.
Now it's Connor. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back.
Who the fuck is Connor? The fuck?
No more rookies than me? You know about sports more than me.
So how the fuck is Connor able to play in the game and I got a goal in the game?
Oh, it's still updated.
At his own 19-yard line. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios, right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Call it a gain of 5. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll run with the Rams' Todd Gurley. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's NFC football here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Ready, 95-56.
To throw, it's Breeze. Looking downfield for Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the deep...
They got his man complete. They give him a gain of 38.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Dancing to his left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cook. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch? When they score and you see the excitement and then when the points are going to count, can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Being chased down left. I think the ball's out, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. The AFC thus far on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. This is Gordon. And he is in the end zone for an AFC touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the AFC is in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point up and through by Myers. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack to lose that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on.
The ball already been there, bro.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Play action. Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. Breeze now. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back in his own 3-yard line. J.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Back near his goal line. Here's Breeze.
Oh, my God.
And that is Michael Thomas. The 40. Past the 20. Michael Thomas as the first half is winding down. And the NFC just an extra point away from tying up this game.
Let me get that. Bullshit.
Yes, Michael Thomas is a volume receiver, but he can also make some really big plays, especially with Drew Brees throwing the football.
I love the way you described it. Volume receiver who can also make big plays. In other words, if you underestimate it, he'll run past you or he'll just jump over the top of you and continue to make those big plays.
Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety.
Oh,
and Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. You know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And he'll be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
He is right there on the bed where you sitting at. You came and looked at it twice before you left. I don't know why you even thought about it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation.
Now you want it.
As he's taken down like a freight train off the edge. Calais Campbell with a sack. Throwing now is Breeze. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Breeze. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
No!
They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, can shake them loose.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Von Miller of the Broncos there to get him down. On second down, here's Breeze. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. He'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Here's Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They go play fake. Mahomes. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And touchdown. Antonio Brown. 39 yards. And the AFC has retaken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and to navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Breeze to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. He completes it to Julio Jones. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Brian to Jones there. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his fourth carry of the game, and collectively has a total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic. Maybe some...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll... They fake the give, now Mahomes. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 14 there. And the AFC will have a first down. What a chance they just took. A huge chance. They go for it on 4th down, wind up getting the first.
Go ahead and admit it. You thought it was a bad call, didn't you?
I did, yes.
I think
you did too.
And
that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 32 yards. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where
and the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Geno Atkins in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in. And the NFC has now cut it to within one score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
I don't care, but he ain't winning this game today. Like, go down there, hit a field goal.
Saying a lot of things. We showed him a lot.
Trying to hit a field goal.
He's so mad at the thing for a whole week. As you watch this, go back and watch this game play the other day. You can't stop broadcast. Matter of fact, you was at home online with us. On that. Remember that? Before that. That game. Yeah. On real one. Some guys. But before that, it was Phoenix. Then Mike come. Then Neil come up. Then Mike come up. And you hit him online. Huh? Oh. I think just don't know what's been going on over there. I think got the belt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think got that right. And they ain't gonna never say it. They're always telling. Because you didn't see the game. Even though it was on broadcast. That's the best thing. That's why I always go. If niggas get mad when they lose. That's when they supposed to win.
Talk back, motherfucker. Oh, yes, I can end this shit, dog.
No doubt about it.
It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yellow. Why? Watch the run. Watch the run. Under 10. Under 10. 10. 57. 57 color. 57 color. Yellow. Yellow. Mike 5'9". Cut. Cut. Cut.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Back to throw, Mahomes. Incomplete, right side to Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out. And it looks like the NFC's going to have it, and they do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Breeze to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now Gordon on first down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One final try here for Breeze. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
No, I was going to switch with him.
No.
Controller.
Do it from the controller. This is go over. You can't give him the controller. Or you don't know how to do that. Because you got to talk the whole everything out.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up,
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead. Bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game.
Again, well and bow. 1-2. Let's see what happens.
Aldrich Rosas of the Giants has the honors as we get underway in the NFL Pro Bowl. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First and 10. Here's Mahomes. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler, Luke Kuechly, that picks him. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
Brandon, when we sat with the...
What just happened? So who got who now? You got the AFC now? You got the NFC? No, yeah, in my mind. Tricking yourself, eh? Damn, it's roaches and roll up. Man, his wallet down. If his name was school on, he probably left that pumpkin still been here like, where you from? Nigga, ain't you driving? That's what my mother used to always tell me. That's growing up. And my nephews and my cousins. And mom. She has a lot of quotes.
Offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively. They talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out fumble. And luckily, one of his teammates able to fall on it, so the NFC will hang on to the football. From the shotgun, Wilson. So it goes as a fumble, and that's going to be...
I thought that whole formation fucked up. Fuck yeah.
He did some shit I ain't know nothing about.
Caught. Touchdown NFC. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the NFC has taken the early lead. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. And those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later, not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
That is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Third down here. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced them there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'll keep carrying it, thank you.
He was looking for Todd Gurley. And that'll make it third down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The rush rushing numbers for Wilson. Maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That'll bring up second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And he's stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Hey, bullshit, man.
Third and goal, Gurley. And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the NFC able to widen their advantage.
But he decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker almost has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And last year's rushing and total touchdown leader Todd Gurley caps it with his first of the game here. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The AFC offense making their way back out. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Looking to throw his Mahomes. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pick the ball back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Boy, bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, it's gutsy to go for it in the red zone. The problem there is they were in their own red zone. Why in the world did they do that?
They must have thought they had the exact play call that they needed to go a big way. And I'm still not even buying that one. I'm reaching.
You're searching.
I'm actually reaching, but I do know this. On the other side of the field, that coaching staff is screaming at their defense. If you don't handle this one right here, this is a great opportunity for us. Take it away, guys, and they did.
And now excellent field position. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll run it with Kamara. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he will have a touchdown. Russell Wilson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I don't even bother back here.
That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
What you talking about? Oh, your shit. Why? Where you going with that?
Here's Mahomes to throw. Pressure, and they got to him again. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And down he goes. Bobby Wagner, that's now back-to-back sack.
This whole man was like,
What happened? What happened? It's the same people you had. Oh, he gonna put Brady in it. I'm gonna fuck his old ass up.
And it brings up 4th down.
I'm gonna fuck his old ass up, man.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
PAT up and good by Rosa.
So
the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Fielded about a yard deep. The decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taking it.
This shit is all time.
Wait, 20. Hey, Alabama.
Now Brady to try again after the pick 6.
Don't worry about it, bro. I got you, big bro.
To the air and intercepted.
I got you, big bro.
Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. On 1st down, it's Gurley. Dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play on the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now Wilson on 1st down.
We always talk about
that would be Ramsey.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. As he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
He could have paid off
He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke. Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Yeah, Brady's throw there, incomplete. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, from getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake out the interception. He'll look to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And all the way in for the touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on. He he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try to do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
Let's say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not 4 verts? One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Brady now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number 1, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second run, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. You can count his carries on 1 finger. They've only given him the rock 1 time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Myles Garrett of the Browns there to bring him down. There's Wilson.
Damn.
Blitz coming and down.
They could have blocked these niggas. They just sitting there waiting on them.
McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. 3rd and long. It's Wilson.
Oh, my God.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. McKinney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. We resume action here in quarter number 3. The NFC offense heads out to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go read option. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Ball.
On second down, here's Wilson.
Oh, my God.
Incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Goes by 40.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
No one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Open here, Adam Thielen. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on the defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Elliott. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets. Because
under pressure now, he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. Heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further. Boy, what a job there. 4th down that far away from the end zone just to get it in, get that done.
An unlikely result, but it occurred nonetheless. What a terrific play. Great way to finish and in the end zone.
And the defense has to be scratching their heads, right?
That's usually to their advantage. In that situation, they should be able to make a play on the ball, but instead it turned out to be a touchdown, and they've got to go figure it out on their sideline.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17.
Let's go! Mike, 29, Alpha. I got you, son. Hey, check 24, check 24. Hey, 66.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. He was brought down by the Bears safety, Eddie Jackson. Ready to throw on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. The ball comes out, and that's picked up by the AFC.
That's bullshit. He was out, bro.
Well, there you go, from red zone to red zone on that fumble return.
It's amazing how fast things can turn around, isn't it? I mean, it looks like...
bro. What? There's nothing to challenge.
Team's driving, got everything taken care of. All of a sudden, the ball's on the ground or popped in the air, and whoosh, there you go in the other direction. Good job by the defense. You see how they practice that, too. You can
try for the tight end, and it's intercepted. Roderick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in a situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anyone who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson going to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Julio. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And give them a gain of 37. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the 4th. They go play action here on first down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will score. Touchdown NFC from 19 yards away. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover it, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On first down, Brady. Oh, look at that, a diving catch. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Brady. That's out to Hill, right side complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Throwing on first down is Brady. Forced out to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who get 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. On first and goal, Gurley. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Todd Gurley. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the NFC, they take advantage of the interception. They turn it into 6 points. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's Brady. On the NFC pressure, a little too much.
Wake the fuck up, Brady. Bitch, where you going at? You gonna take Brady out? You gonna take Brady out because he get his ass?
Just they get home for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 87 yards. And the AFC able to get a little bit more respectable. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little to go. Slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And this is caught, so they do get the 2.
It wasn't.
Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about.
But I did that shit before too,
Out
though.
is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as he'll start at the 21-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And I tell you what, the AFC continuing their good run of form the last few years. They're on their way to making it 3 straight wins here at the Pro Bowl.
So what they're telling us by their play is that it actually does mean something, doesn't it? We always say, the Pro Bowl, what does it actually mean? There is pride in their conference. And the AFC showing their pride in a big way over the last few seasons.
A big play there. 45 yards. Time for a break. This one will over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
You can't talk about this no more.
So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10.
When I told you I bet $100 on every game.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 23 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players.
Wilson's going to go down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to record another sack. And that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy. And it is true, you can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The NFC's decision to go for it does not pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Mahomes going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40.
Oh, my! Do I see it?
A big run there by Gurley. 59 yards. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. Not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Who got it? It's still ain't around yet. No,
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
14.
4th down. Here's Wilson. So it's the NFC that comes away with a victory here in this Pro Bowl matchup.
Give it up.
No. 36. You want to start it over?
Yeah, it's still loading.
I don't do it.
It's still loading. It's still loading. That's why we do that. Huh? It's halfway, like 40 minutes.
You want to edit this?
Again, here we go. Mike and Bob. Round 3. Too short. Man, 20. Preview. Wide low. Giggity line.
Stop, baby.
Stop this. Stop. Different.
Will.
I pay more like this. Simulation more conservative.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game.
Come here.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
You're about to pop that shit off already.
This shit is real. It's late. So they say, man. You know what I'm saying? We about to see them. The wait is over.
You kill!
We gonna kill it.
first down.
Drop it, man. Come here, boy. Move out of it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Drop it over here.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, partner, that was not...
Oh, man.
Good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Oh,
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Ryan Kerrigan with a sack, the former first-round pick in 2017. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Antonio Brown, AB, with just one hand to complete that catch. Is there anything he can't do?
He has just continued to impress year after year, hasn't he?
He has never forgotten that he wasn't considered an elite receiver coming out of college. I think every snap he takes it upon himself to prove that he should have been.
One of 2 rookie running backs in this Pro Bowl, Philip Lindsay of the Broncos. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the AFC has taken the early lead. So the AFC, remember, of course, they won the last couple years here in Orlando and off to a good start in this one.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
That time a 6-play drive, and it was capped off by a Philip Lindsay touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for the NFC back out there. Now, last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an X doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. And when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. And he connects with Ertz. Breeze to Ertz for the NFC first.
Get the fuck out of the way.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
I'm with the ball. Come here, that I do.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. Oh, some strong running. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mahomes now on 1st down. Out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep. He rifles one. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's Breeze. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense.
And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the AFC adds on to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big massive humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive.
Every time I think I'm going to go over there, bro.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got some space here. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That whole flip fucked the whole play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Breeze going to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones.
Come on, man.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Breeze to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And touchdown! Todd Gurley, yards. And the NFC able to draw a bit closer. Rosas on for the extra point. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Son. You know sports. You don't know sports, so you know who to take out, where you at, there. Oh, yeah, you fucking up. Take that with that. 4 players. Yeah, Kingdom Island. Why the fuck? Come on, they just doing the team dirty. You gotta do it all yourself. They doing the whole team dirty. We're gonna give you everything. You gotta do it yourself. Gameplay and this shit, right? Yeah, I'm struggling to talk about.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Oh. His throw incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 3rd down. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And that will be incomplete as well.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is incomplete.
Okay.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back here right after this.
Ready, 95-56, 95-56. Sammy.
Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his 2nd Pro Bowl. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Bitch!
And that's incomplete.
Come on, bro. Is he watching the broadcast? Is you watching the broadcast?
Sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they have forced another incompletion. Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there. I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22.
Defense.
We'll take that from you.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Let's go, defense.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. On second down, it's Gordon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I let it do it, let it happen, I'm coming.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. 54. Mike 54. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. He can run for it. And it's a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, as the first half is winding down. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there in that room.
You should have kicked the field goal.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ready. Y'all waiting?
Man, Mike said, he's got this shit out to your level.
He's now on first down.
It's looking like
It's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Breeze now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
We gonna do it like that.
Yeah, I think that shit is the book that we gotta do it like that. The level of sweetness equals sweetness and spicy can gotta be both.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, as time expires in the first half. And the AFC adds on to their lead.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
You can't just say that.
Both teams have been ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The AFC offense now set to start this 3rd quarter, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? to be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right.
Oh, the ball, bro.
Get rid of it. He's taken down.
What?
The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Oh, bullshit. He played with different line, I told you.
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Here's Mahomes to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
That's bullshit.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. There to make the tackle, the Cowboys safety, Byron Jones. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
Come on, bro. You gotta come down with that shit there.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to charge free from it and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game. Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to battle.
And they fumbled it. It's on the ground. And that's picked up by the AFC. And they're going to set up short at the 32-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it,
down, bro. He left the ball and sat down,
It
bro.
already came up on the screen.
He sat down, but bro, hit the replay. Bro, the replay is
sometimes you have to put it on. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Bro had sat his ass down.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. His throw is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to battle it well.
Mahomes going to throw. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
They're offsides. Easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Now here's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for the football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick up
3, 4 players over there, bro.
Just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here. Here's Breeze to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
He shouldn't have caught that, bro.
They were a man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a defensive player of the year at the other.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
I do this corner.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watch out.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
Hey, we straight though. We fucking straight though.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
Yo, what the fuck? How the fuck is all letting me land? Who realized
Mississippi
that,
State Bulldog ringing the cowbell there on the sack. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Mahomes, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. You tell your quarterbacks, right, get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Complete to Jones.
Man, he not doing it like that, bro.
The 20, 10, touchdown.
All he gotta do is throw it to him and he gonna catch it.
Julio Jones.
Regardless who right
87 yards. And the NFC able to cut into that lead.
There, bro. He's gonna catch it, bro. I don't care who the fuck you are, bro.
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Whoever,
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Here's Breeze. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Yeah, I'm taking that. Right here, Black. Take it right here. Oh, yeah, I'm taking it right here.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
You should have kicked it right through.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mahomes now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Now Gordon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Ryan Kerrigan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Check, 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 check.
A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
That's the ball.
And this is going to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. The AFC went for it, and it doesn't work out. And the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The numbers for the NFC on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Breeze going to go on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 1st down, it's Gordon. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So it's a victory here in the Pro Bowl for the AFC.
Are you something to eat or something? Or what's your verdict? So you leaving or you got something to eat or? That was that? Alright.
Oh.
Let me know. Show must go on or start a new show?
It's still right. I think it's like 1
What?
Hell
no. You ain't been that down.
I'm about to go get this motherfucker ice cream cake and come back.
Okay, now you talking about night,